Well, ladies and gentlemen, after tonight we will know who's going home and who's going to the semi-finals in Group A. The final two matches from Group A will be played here tonight. There you see the standings.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is a group stage match in the World Cup of Professional Wrestling. Introducing first, representing his country of Iran, he weighs in tonight at 258 pounds, the Iron Sheik.
Well, the Iron Sheik, as you saw in the group standings there, it is still possible for the Iron Sheik to get to the semi-finals, but he needs a win here tonight, and of course, even if he does win, his position dependent on the result of the next match as well, but he can't think about that. There's only one thing that's in his control, and that's this match. The Iron Sheik must win here, otherwise he will be going home from this World Cup. A man that's risen to the big occasion before in his career in 1983, defeating Bob Backlund to win the WWF title. The question is, can the Sheik do it again here tonight against this enormous Argentinian?
And now, ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, representing his country of Argentina, he weighs in tonight at 460 pounds, the Giant Gonzalez.
Well, the Giant Gonzalez, representing Argentina, he is out of the tournament. Doesn't matter what happens in this match, he cannot advance to the knockout stages. 0 points, 2 losses for the Giant Gonzalez. A very, very narrow one against Rey Mysterio for the majority of that match in the lead, but Mysterio making the comeback of the century. A little bit of bad fortune, maybe a little bit of inexperience. We know the Giant Gonzalez wrestled for several years in WCW and WWF, but lacks the experience of some of the other men in this group, and it really showed in that match. But nonetheless, the big giant here, he may not have the opportunity to advance, but he has the opportunity to do his country proud, to pick up the 3 points, and he may finish third in the group here if he wins against the Iron Sheik. A third place spot. He can go home with his head held high. The motivations of these two men very, very different. As the two men stare down and look at the Iron Sheik, he knows he's got to grab the bull by the horn, so to speak, in this match, and he's wasted no time jumping the Giant right from the offset, and a waistlock takedown there by the Sheik. As the Giant Gonzalez tries to get to his feet, tries to recover from that big attack by the Sheik, and as he tries to get up, the Sheik zeroing in on the ribs and the midsection of this big Argentinian, goes for the cover, lifts the man's shoulder up because he knows the referee's not going to make the count there. The Iron Sheik perhaps more aggressive than we've ever seen him in the past. He knows it's time, he needs to do something. But eats a big boot from the Giant Gonzalez. This huge man really manhandling the Sheik now, sends him for the ride off the ropes with so much momentum. He went off 3 times on a thunderous clothesline. As now the Giant Gonzalez, well, it wasn't a good start for the Giant. Maybe just throwing the Sheik out of the ring. Maybe just needs a few seconds of strategy time. Needs to rethink things. Needs to change his course of action. But look at the Iron Sheik on the outside taunting Gonzalez, and Gonzalez falling for it straight away. Falling into the trap of the Sheik. Gets taken down with a waistlock again. The Iron Sheik, perhaps one of the most crafty athletes to ever set foot in a professional wrestling ring. And the Giant Gonzalez playing right into his hands there with those tactics. And maybe not now though, as the Giant Gonzalez goes behind the Iron Sheik. And a strong Irish whip sends him back into the ring, elbows him to the face. And maybe now the Giant Gonzalez can change the tide in this match. Trying to throw these heavy strikes to the Sheik, working very effectively here, and a big elbow to the back of the head, and the Iron Sheik goes down. And when an athlete is as large as the Giant Gonzalez is, you don't have to do any spectacular moves. The simplest of moves can have devastating consequences, and the Sheik knows that. That's why he got out of the way there, breaking the back of the Giant, once again going for that waistlock takedown. The Sheik showing his incredible amateur wrestling skills in this match thus far. former AAU gold medalist for Roman Greco wrestling back in the early 70s, of course. The Sheik was a coach for the Olympic team, the USA Olympic team, I believe, for the 1972 Olympics. An incredible amateur wrestler, and he's been using those skills against this big man and now trying to go for the camel clutch, but I'm pretty sure the Giant's feet in the ropes. Referee will force a break, and as always, the Iron Sheik will use anything to get an advantage over his opponent. That's exactly what he's doing here, using that full 4 count. Can only be disqualified when the referee gets to the count of 5, and the Giant Gonzalez really struggling here against the former world champion, the Iron Sheik now. Going to work on the rotation cuffs, and the upper spine has really done a number on the back of the Giant Gonzalez, and with a man being so large, a weakened back is not going to be good news for the Giant Gonzalez, and an elbow to the back there as well as he gets back to his feet. The Iron Sheik once again targeting the spine with those punches, and the Giant Gonzalez in a bad way here, he may be even more of a bad way after this move. Boston Crab applied, can't reach the ropes. The pain on the back must be excruciating, but somehow Giant Gonzalez resisted the urge to tap out there, but the Sheik is really doing a number on him and come on a chokehold, and once again the referee not calling a disqualification. The Giant Gonzalez has done the same in many matches though, and look at this. The camel clutch applied, this time in the centre of the ring. With all that damage to the back, unsurprisingly there the Giant Gonzalez has to give up. So as things stand, the Sheik with a hope of going through to the knockout stages. Of course, reliant on Bret the Hitman Hart beating Rey Mysterio in that match coming up at 11 PM Eastern time. And the Sheik may get another submission here. Or maybe not, but the Giant Gonzalez in a real bad way, and the Sheik, very smart wrestler. He can see the weakness in the back, and he's doing nothing but target it at the moment, and not a lot that the big Argentinian can do about it. Can barely get to his feet, and when he does, the Sheik goes to work on that back once again. As Gonzalez now tries striking back, thunderous clothesline, and the Sheik nearly clotheslined out of his boots there. Maybe Gonzalez can turn this around, comes charging him with a clothesline. It may be concussion time after that move for the Iron Sheik, and look at this power, driving the Sheik's spine first into that turnbuckle. Maybe Gonzalez getting a second wind here. Maybe he's going to pick up the pace, and just maybe he can get a fall to level this up. Look at this power. The Sheik, 258 pounds, but you'd think he weighs nothing the way Gonzalez threw him, but he's favouring that midsection, and that back must be in bad shape. But nonetheless, he still fights on, grits his teeth, and gets on with it. You've got to admire this performance by Gonzalez. But the Sheik now going behind him, and look at this once again, going for the back. You don't want to show any weakness inside that professional wrestling ring, especially when you're in there with a man like the Iron Sheik. The Sheik targeting the back again, and once again Gonzalez no choice but to give up there. And the Sheik completely relentless here. He's determined to win this match. He knows it's his only hope of advancing in this tournament, and he's not leaving it to chance. Doing everything he can to ensure he gets the win, but he didn't get the submission there. The Giant Gonzalez still 2 falls behind though, and still at the mercy of the Iron Sheik as he kicks him in the ribs again. A move he's used many times, and a move that seems to do more and more damage to the man every time he applies it. But look at Gonzalez again trying to get back up and get fighting. Is what he's got to try and do, and another thunderous clothesline in the corner. As Gonzalez with the chokehold. Well, the Iron Sheik used the chokehold before the referee didn't do anything. Only fair that they get an equal treatment here. And look at this, the Sheik getting a taste of his own medicine. A kick to the ribs by the Giant. And now Gonzalez saying it's chokeslam time. It may very well be, but the Sheik getting to his feet before Gonzalez could finish taunting to the fans. Big mistake. And it's not going to cost him a fall on this occasion. He needs to sharpen up here, and maybe this is it. Nice back body drop there by the Argentinian. Can Giant Gonzalez salvage anything from this World Cup? Can he at least walk away with a point? He's going to need 2 falls to do it, and he's going to have to not concede anything else. Look at this power, slaps the back of his head right into the canvas, and once again the Giant Gonzalez showing visible signs of a very bad spine injury, a very bad injury to the lower back. And it's clearly affecting his performance here, favouring it again as the Iron Sheik goes to the top rope, looking for that third bomb to put it away once and for all. Well, the Sheik not going for the cover though after that double axe handle off the top rope. Tries to move the Giant in position for the camel clutch, but the Giant getting up before he could apply a hold on him. Gonzalez is battling away very bravely here. But that injury may be too much to overcome. Catches the foot on that occasion though. Another clothesline to the Iron Sheik. As now Gonzalez, if he can at least get a fall from this match, I think he'd get a great cheer from the crowd, and this may be the opportunity. The Giant Gonzalez, choke slam on the Iron Sheik. And where the hell is Gonzalez going? Should go for the cover. There may have been a slim chance, but no. Going under the ring for a weapon. I think Gonzalez realises that his World Cup is definitely over. And he's clearly not happy about the Iron Sheik possibly going through. He's going to take out his frustrations on his opponent here with those steel steps. Or maybe not though. The Iron Sheik kicking Gonzalez. Comes from behind and snapmares him right onto those steel ring steps. I believe his spine just clipped him as he went down. The weapon backfired on the Giant Gonzalez. The camel clutch applied once again, taking damage to the back from the steel steps. And the Iron Sheik firmly the winner here. 3 falls to 0. A poor performance from the Giant Gonzalez. But you've got to say a career best here from the Iron Sheik. And he's giving himself a fighting chance of advancing to the semi-finals. What a performance from that man. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, as we look at the groups, currently sitting in second place after that win, the Iron Sheik. A phenomenal performance. But of course, if Rey Mysterio gets anything but a loss in his match against Bret Hart, Rey Mysterio will go into second place, so he'll be watching that match. But of course, Bret Hart yet to lose a fall in this tournament and yet to lose a match. He's won 2 of his 3 first matches. He's going to have the 3rd one tonight against Rey Mysterio. The question is, can Mysterio get a point? Can he get through to the knockouts? Or will Bret Hart win, as he has done every other match in this World Cup, and let the Iron Sheik go to the knockouts? We will find out 11 PM Eastern Time. Tune in for what should be a great match.